Greetings and welcome to the Eternal Labyrinth. Shane Sorrow here. So, I know this topic is getting out of hand and it just being out there because of all that's happened throughout the whole Cinder situation. Even though I wasn't that active or frequent in her streams, I would just pop in, take a look, and then have to do my own damn thing. But watching her YouTube channel, watching uh, highlights, clips, some of the VODs, even those from other VTubers that were friends of hers, and just from random YouTube channels. Well, I can't say they're random because they're a whole form of dedication to VTubers, especially the ones that are in topic here. Because fucking hell. Yeah, I honestly didn't really want to make a video about this, but I don't know, I just needed to get this off my chest because I really saw Cinder as an inspiration growing into VTubing myself. A 27-year-old man leading or dating back, I want to say a good 5 to 6 years. Hell, even maybe 7 to if not longer. Well, hell, count my VR chat days from 2018, 2017, 2019 up until now. I would follow VTubers, VR chat users, well, VR chat content creators, and streamers. A good majority of them were like inspiration to me, and I would want to get back into content creating over time, but as I've stated before multiple times in some of my videos and TikTok videos, yeah, even on my streams, that I really can't afford that right now. I've been trying to get a job left and right just to secure myself financially, because not only do I have problems with like uh, student loan debt, I've also been trying to like secure my own means of obtaining money through either selling my items that I currently have but I don't use, uh, and just the usual, try to get into any kind of job that's available. Hell, even doing side jobs for video editing, which I've been recently getting back into, along with trying to get back into art as well. And I won't lie. Hold on, give me a second. V VC face just upped and froze on me. It's having a fit. Sorry, but while we wait for VC face to boot back up and just to work up things, yeah, I will say this as it is. Cinder, along with a few others, being Tricky, Bao, Yuzu, Vienna. Ugh, crap. Who else? There's so many of them that I can't really count them all. Hell, even Cottontail. I think I already said Bao. Shy Lily, especially. Because holy hell, the fact that she got partnered up and is now on the board and partially an owner for GamerSups and is an owner of the trading card game V Card. Yeah, they really inspired me to want to try, even though I've just been in a endless turmoil of depression and just some other not so very, how do I say this? Because I really don't like talking about it because I don't want to worry about anyone, even though it's on my mind all the time. Just some not very good or healthy thoughts about my life. They were a big inspiration to keep me going, to keep me distracted from them, while I still struggle to secure a job or, hell, even try to make content of anything. I'm gonna have to probably reboot VC Face here. Just give me a second. Sorry, this video is just gonna be nothing but scuff here. I'm sorry to say. Yes, close VC Face. Fucking hell, I don't even know what the hell's going on. Alright, let's put it back up. Give it a bit. But yeah, the whole situation here of just everything that had happened up until now, I can't necessarily say that I don't understand what Cinder was doing. I don't see her point of view. Because, in all honesty, I see what she's talking about and I see what really ran through her mind. But, in all honesty, it wasn't the smartest thing because she has people who love her. And I'm not just talking about the Pyropups. I'm not just talking about her family. I'm talking about her friends and those who are closest to her that wanted to be close to her. And after hearing so many other things about her that I just really didn't expect, honestly, I just wanted to be the I just wanted to be naive for just a little bit longer in the hopes that all of this really was just an April Fool's prank. And yeah, it would just be that because holy shit, April really wasn't the year for a lot of people, especially VTubers, because we already had to deal with fucking hell, we already had to deal with Gargura graduating because she had her and Hololive Mythic had like a disagreement about her, well, about with what's, how do I even say this? I'm sorry, my vocabulary is terrible. Um, just overall that there's been a disagreement. She really didn't keenly like it too much, as though it was very more than just off-putting. Nobody knows, and only a good majority of them do. But for those who don't attend the streams like myself as frequently as often because of other things that keep us busy, yeah, we just don't know. But yeah, or last month, April really wasn't the best time, especially for this year of 2025. So, for those of you who are tuning in to this year, holy shit. This was a wake up call for the VTuber community. And I'm not just talking about Gura's graduation, that one really stung as it was. Just to be dogpiled with the literal nonsense and instability that Cinder caused. Granted, most of you can say, oh yeah, she now is a criminal for what she did, withholding uh, a particular possible contract with a very well known artist, being Nanoless, who has made some very beautiful artistic models for them, especially for Cinder. People can go and say, yeah, she's a criminal for doing that, but from what I'm understanding, and if I'm understanding this correctly, there is basically a contract between the two already, which blacklisted everyone in Cinder's friend group. Again, I didn't really want to believe it. I didn't want to think of it as that. Again, I was just hoping that this was just a terrible April Fool's joke that somebody was plotting or planning. And if that Cinder was doing a little prank herself about all this shit, and just surprise Bao and everyone who wanted to get a model from Nanoless and that Cinder had funded it, lo and behold, even that reality shattered. I'm pretty sure the same was probably being thought of by the rest of her Pyropups that are still, I can't say entirely loyal. Their loyalty is shaken. Some of them are still supportive of her in some unique way. Most of them are either degenerates or most of them are just people who really wanted to know why. And if there is a way that they can try to fix the situation, let alone fix her mindset into letting her know what she did was wrong. And believe me, what she did was more than wrong. But at the same time, it doesn't really convict her of being a criminal because, again, Nanoless got into a contract with, again, this is just my spitball of it, my understanding of it. She did in a way, get into a verbal or a written contract to not take any commissions from Bao, Tricky, or anyone who got a model previously for her from her or by her, or say wanted to get one originally before it all popped off. Or I say, yeah, I'm sorry, my words just went out the door. As I was trying to say, yeah, Nanolist did in a way get into a contract with Cinder. So that's the problem when it comes to streaming, making content. Everything is going to be a competitive game. You're always trying to get numbers in. You're always trying to get the most amount of views, likes, any kind of support from your viewers, your fans, your subscribers, whether you're on TikTok, Twitch, Kick, YouTube, anywhere that has a platform that can build a community. And when your community is as high and strong as Cinder's was, yeah, everyone's gonna realize that yes, everything in a way is competition. I learned that early on when I got introduced to Project Melody, and I was talking about like way in the past where she ended up getting kicked from Twitch because she did porn. And let's just be honest here, all those fucking uh, I'll just put it as it is. All those women that did ban her, they were women. They tried getting her banned off of the platform. They just saw her as competition. They didn't give a shit if she needed outside help for like sustainability, for money. The girl went on to Chatterbait. She made more fucking money than any of these girls on Twitch did at any point in time. And I'm talking about like the middle and low variation of viewership, subscriptions, and donations. Just because she was literally the first pornographic anime girl to go live and to expose herself, to expose herself in that light. Just for everyone to realize that she's just a cute, quirky, fun girl that is just freaky as hell, but is very shy at that as well. And I'm sorry that I also forgot Nimune. Yes, Nimune was a another one that suffered from this. I'm sorry, Nemo. Yeah. Nemo, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Numi, fucking hell. Ugh. But yeah. Everything that went through Cinder's mind was nothing more than competition and just a means and of means of a way to progress herself further up in the ranks. Most of us can't really blame her for that. They can't really fault her for wanting to be big and all that, but we can definitely say for certain that we can't support the way how she did it. It was very underhanded. It truly was. If you want to be competitive about it, you could have done it in a friendly manner without burning the bridges that really matter to you. At least a lot of us would believe so, would hope so that they matter to you. But most of all, those bridges actually mattered to the people that called you their friend, Cinder. And I can't tell, in honesty, how any of this spiraled out of control and who and when or what fed into this mindset that we have to be on top. We have to be on top. We have to be above all else of everyone in the friend group. That's not friendship. That's nowhere near it. That is a bond that shouldn't be trampled on or stepped. I'm sorry, yeah, it's just the same fucking variation of word. That shouldn't be trampled on, let alone thrown to the ground like it means nothing. I'll just go ahead and say it as it is. A good majority of you can't. A majority of all of us cannot say yes. We blame her for having the mindset of being competitive. It's the way how she did it. That competitiveness was not the healthy kind of competitive nature a friend has. And after hearing a good majority, especially above all, every part of the paragraph said from that 7 page Google Docs from a good majority of the VTuber community commentary reaction channels, and as well as hearing it from, a small bit of it from Buff Pup and Shy Lily, yeah, I can definitely say for certain that yes, this wasn't really an actual proper apology. And just like Shy Lily said, if she had come out and just gave a genuine enough apology, she would have accepted it. Everyone else would have accepted it. Of just Cinder owning up to her mistakes, owning up to everything that she did. And I'm sorry that all of you got hurt in the process, myself included. Honestly, I just. The first day I heard of this, and especially seeing the announcement that Cinder made that day just to explain something that I was not really around at the time to be a part of, I just gotta simply say it as it is. It shook me. It shook a lot of us. Again, I wasn't very active when it comes to most of the VTuber community. I'm only active in smaller communities because when you're a bigger content creator, it's hard to get like a message out. It's hard to get seen as like somebody who is adoring the content creator, let alone try to build a bond with that person. But then again, I realized to myself, not everyone is your friend. Not everyone is going to see you in the same light as you would hope to. The best you can get is a bit of acknowledgement that you are a supporter, that you are a viewer, and you are someone who, in a way, matters to other people as well, even if it's from that same community you want to be a part of most indefinitely. Yeah, I myself understand this. Hell, if I was in Cinder's boots where she has all of that fame and all that support, I don't think I would ever have that kind of mentality of just a competitive nature of wanting to be on top and sabotaging others, especially those that are closest to me. If I ever did, I'm pretty sure without a doubt, 100%, 110%, hell, even above that, I would firmly believe that I would realize what I've done. Hell, I would be mortified in realizing what I fucking became. And I would own up to that shit. But then again, me and Cinder are not the same people. I've heard a good majority of what happened a while back before she even became Cinder, that she was an ASMR content creator before she got into actual VTubing with a different OC and IP to become a content creator, or I say become more than what she originally was. And I heard some shady shit that did happen. And in a way, I heard that it was the exact same thing. But fucking hell. Whether or not it's true that Red Redacted was the whole purpose that this did start to begin with, it's up in the air for me. It's like I don't know what to believe. I don't know which side to take. All I know is that I'm on the side that is in the middle and just so confused. But at the same time, I can see that Cinder was in the wrong, and that the other VTubers that are against her now, that were hurt by her, I'm sorry to say, Cinder, I'm on their side. One of these days, and especially from what Numi said, especially from what fucking hell, especially from what Tricky said, they loved you. They saw you as one of their own. Sorry, hold on, my headset turned off. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. I was supposed to do this at the start, but it was supposed to be a short introduction and then leading up to another segment of this video here of me partially reacting to like some of the things that were said, as well as being what was informed during the streams for a good majority of the people who were hurt in this situation. Yeah, I will just put it as it is. Those that you hurt, and I myself included as a fellow viewer, fellow fan, who was just lost in the confusion, just doesn't know what to do with somebody who was a great inspiration to me. I'm sorry to say, but yeah, I'm hoping that, and I know full fucking well people are going to be bashing me in with the comments section here, but again, from the same earnest belief, and again, I know it's naivety, but the same kind came from Numi and Tricky. I don't know if anyone else has said this. I haven't really gotten into like any of the other videos yet, but I hope that you take this as a learning experience and come to realize that your friends were never competition. That paranoia that was in your mind, whether or not it was festered and made caused by Red, or was already there to begin with, and Red just basically enabled it and helped it fester even further. I honestly hope that you take this as a learning experience. You come to terms with what you've done, and you find something deep inside yourself that you would try to do better as a content creator. Because without a doubt, yes, all of this is just going to get forgotten for a good bit, because content creators like Cinder and anyone else for that matter just bounce right back. Because the original supporters from way back when she was an ASMR streamer or content creator to the beginning of when she debuted as a VTuber, those who want to believe in this naivety, again, myself included, we are hoping that you do better. And if you ever come back into their lives trying to ask for forgiveness or try to earn it, just know you're going to have to go through hell and high water just to earn that bond back. Because I've already heard from a good majority of the girls through the clips and VODs, well, not VODs, but through their clips and highlights taken from their channels, that a good majority of them forgive you. They understand where you were coming from, they understand what mindset you were going through. But again, it's not excusable. It surely isn't. But they do love you and they do forgive you. And again, I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but again, thank you, Cinder, for being an inspiration, but I'm sorry. I really can't see you in the same light anymore. I do really wish the best for you, as did Tricky and Numi, because they saw you as somebody important. And I'm sorry that I'm excluding Bao from any of that acknowledgement, because I couldn't really watch any of that video because of Bao immediately crying like, holy shit, I'm a person who really doesn't take emotional situations like that too well. Like, I will be there to listen, I will be there to help support and guide a person who goes through something like that. But for me, I know I shouldn't be saying this, but for me, I absorbed that type of shit way too quickly and too terribly. I'll muster up the courage to endure it, but fucking hell, it does mess me up. Again, thank you, Cinder, for being an inspiration, but please, in the future, if you ever come back as a person who's trying to redeem herself, yeah, do that for not only yourself, but for Bao, Tricky, Numi, Contel, and other people who actually saw you as a friend despite what you did. Even Buff Pup says it as it is. They didn't really like the way how you brought up these ideas, but at the same time, people can understand and people can see where you're coming from. But your friends are not competition. They are not your reason for paranoia. That is all in your head. if you do come out of this a new person later in the future, say like 9 months, a year or two, or five, and you're actually doing better, without a doubt, I would see you as a new person, but you would still have that mark on you. It's not going to wash away easily. It's not going to come off at all. It's going to be like a scar. Scars sometimes fade, but sometimes they take too long to do so. And most of them, they never do. Especially the ones that are imprinted onto the heart, especially a person's brain. Because holy shit, that's going to be on the back of their mind whenever they think of you. Especially anyone in a situation similar or just not any less worse than what you did or something greater. So to you, all of you lovely little pyro pups that are still wanting answers, that are still wanting to see Cinder come out of this as a new person, to trying to become a better person, I support your idea and your beliefs all the way through. But please, for the love of hell, don't get your hopes up too high. Keep choosing to go onto that path of whether or not you want to believe that naivety. Believe me, I want to as well, but you gotta come to realization that some people, they don't change. But if Cinder proves me wrong, if Cinder proves me wrong, I will. I would like to make a video about that in the future, expressing what she was to me in the past as a person that I looked up to, as a fan myself. But to you pyropuffs who are hurting just as badly, stay strong. Look for new hope, and hell, even salvage what is left of the community and possibly build something new with that image or something different. And like what Rev Desu had said, like what a good majority of the VTubers, such as Buff Pup, Cottontail, Tricky, have said, anyone who has been part of this conversation or has been part of this topic, for those of you who bought stuff from her merch line, don't throw it away, don't burn it. Donate it to people who actually need something to latch on to hope for, even if it's from a stained image, something that was damaged beyond repair at this point. Give those to people who need it most. And I'm sorry that you guys can partially hear me or hear background noise. My mic isn't really the best, and I really don't have the best sound system, let alone noise cancellation activity to render out everything else, so that way it only focuses on my voice. Again, I'm a broke motherfucker. I'm a dude with close to 20K in student loans and just jobless. I can't do shit, but I'm hoping that this message is at least something that I'm able to do for like my community that is somewhat still there, along with the community of the Pyro Pups, but most of all throughout Bao, Cottontail, Vienna, Numi, Tricky, and everyone else that I haven't listed that were hurt by this. Please do keep fighting, and just know that everyone who's by your side here, who's part of the VR Chat community, just know that we're here for you. And Cinder, again, I know I shouldn't be thanking you. I know I shouldn't be giving you any kind of praise, but this is just my honest sincerity here. Thank you for being someone who inspired me, but I really just can't be any more thankful after what has happened. The naivety is still there, but I can see through everything at this point. I can see that all of this is real. It's not a dream, as I'd hoped that first day upon the first announcement, and then finding out a day or two later of what really happened, especially what I had to hear from Buff Pup. Yeah, that shit really stung. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here soon. I might make another video about this, mostly just to put the final nail in the coffin, just to try to move on from this, because a good majority of all of us just want to grieve our own ways. And I say I say to the haters, I say to the people who are struggling with this, trying to move forward with from this, grieve your own ways. Do what you can for yourselves. And if you still hang around Cinder, that's all you there. And honestly, I'd probably watch her content every now and then, because part of me wants to see something new shine from her, something honest and earnest that doesn't do the exact same shit that she already did against her friends. Especially to Nanolis. I'm sorry that I exclude you as well. I really wasn't actively, mentally prepared to making this video. I'm just mostly somebody who goes right off the bat here. But yes, thank you to all of you who have given me hope, who have given me a bit of strength to see myself through and through from my own pain, from my own experiences with what I've had to deal with. And I will put it as it is. It really sucked. It really did. And again, I thank all of you, especially from the people who I watched, that I visited every now and then on your stream, just that I wasn't really openly spoken to say anything, to be acknowledged by any of the bigger streamers. Because my goodness, there's a lot of voices and everything just does get drowned out. But it is pretty fun. It is pretty enjoyable to be part of that, even if it's for a short time. So yes, thank you to everyone. And again, I know I shouldn't be thanking you, Cinder, but thank you for being an inspiration. Those of us who have seen her as inspiration, I'm sorry you're hurting. I'm hurting too. Because we really can't see things differently now after the truth had came out this way. But yeah, thank you, Buff Pup, Bao, Numi, Cottontail, and everyone else that I want to list off, but I'm going to cut the video here short. Everyone else, especially you, Nano, you make such amazing, beautiful art. Keep doing what you can. Take it at your pace. Just don't overexert yourself. And please, for the love of hell, don't give yourself carpal tunnel. I've heard stories of artists giving themselves carpal tunnel because they're always at their desks, or they're sketching and drawing for too long. Yeah, please don't overexert yourself. We really wouldn't be here without you. So take things at your pace. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and stop right here, because holy shit, I'm getting way too emotional for this. And for those of you who are on the bandwagon of haters, I'm sorry to say, please don't spread hate. It's not going to solve anything. It really won't. Sure, you can cancel people, but in the end, they just come back. And hopefully with Cinder, like Numi and Tricky said, hopefully you come back a different person, and somebody that, in a way that they once knew, that they only saw as the real Cinder, just to be given a rude awakening like this. Yeah. Just don't bother spreading hate. It's not going to do you guys any good. It's just going to be further heartache for people that are actually grieving when you're not. So, please, do take care. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely afternoon. Have a lovely night. And I hope you all have an amazing time. Again, to you lovely VTubers that have given me hope and inspiration, and to the Pyropups, please keep standing tall, keep getting back up from when you fall to your knees, because There's always going to be a new day, there's always going to be a tomorrow, and just face that tomorrow with new determination, new purpose, and new strength, new reason to not give up. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Good night.